With Carter's fleet defeated, it will take some time to move the legions into Asia.
We should relocate Legio Witrix first. Your legionari have been sitting idle too long, Consul, and just about put down roots.
Agreed. The task of picking our path to Chalcedon will be up to you. Scout ahead with the speculatores, then use Victrix to pacify the province. I will follow with Legio Prima Italica to help you hold the territory you take. Pontus has invaded Asia before. Carter was made proconsul to keep Mithridates from making another attempt. Something is different this time. Pontus has support among the local population. We have to treat Asia as hostile territory. King Mithridates has been building bridges with them for years, while exploiting the rift between the factions of the Senate. It is excellent statecraft.
They are traitors, the lot of them.
Crucify them. Let their deaths serve as an example for the rest.
That is a wise plan, but Carter's precarious situation does not leave us much time for caution.
Then we must learn on our feet, Domine.
The bulk of Mithridates' army is besieging Kazikos, the only city in Asia that resisted him. With his local allies, he is too great a force for us to face. If you can discover a way to turn the other regions here against Mithridates, and make them withdraw their forces from the siege, that would aid us greatly.
What about the traitor? The one who lured the Legion into Archelaus' ambush? He should be killed, like the cockroach he is.
Good that you mention it. I believe we may have found him. A centurion called Cassius. He has been missing since the ambush, but a local fisherman admitted to taking him to the mainland. He speaks the local language and had family in Lesbos. Not precisely, but it appears he was originally from Troas. I would say it's a safe bet you'll find him somewhere in that region. He probably had help. Jumping to conclusions is unproductive. But I suspect he's working for Vitellius Skywiller.
Forgive me, Domine, but what makes you think so?
It's merely a suspicion. We shall talk about this later. Remember, he's no use to us dead. Visit me in my legion's camp when you have questioned him.
If we're talking about interrogating spies, Calidus should be part of this. Where is he?
It would not surprise me to find he's been standing right behind us this whole time.
Pluto, take this sickness. This is not the time to talk about that! Glad to have made a good impression, at least. I was waiting for a good time to reveal the lie. Maybe give you a little more time to earn my trust. Don't give me that overbearing tone. All the obstacles I faced, I conquered as a man. The only tricky part was not being found out.
It's about time you two met.
I could never have maintained the deception for so long without the consul's help.
I was shocked at first, but Callida had more than proven her worth by the time she revealed the truth to me.
I can't say this comes as a surprise. I figured you had your reasons to keep the secret, so I played along.
By all the gods, you are a great woman.
Ah, wonderful. It's turning into a whole thing.
When this war is over, I will court you. You and I will produce strong children.
I will attempt to take that as a compliment. Thank you, Legate. I'm sorry I lied to you.
You have every right to feel betrayed. but I want you to keep Julia Callida in your contubernum. Militarily, you're an irreplaceable asset together.
For what it's worth, I want to stay.
I'll leave you two to catch up. I have an invasion to plan.
Orders. Arcium latius extendite! Our rights have reached the enemy lines. Equites! Aggressivity! Praise Mars! The day is ours! Sinite milites exultare!
What can I do for you? About the same. Except now I'm responsible for keeping you alive as well. It's not something I'm good at, you know? Keeping people alive. Really? I was just following directions. This grand assault kind of action is not really my thing. I don't like improvising. The results tend to be ugly. Wasn't really my choice. It was a matter of survival. Julia is a little girl who spends all her time being pretty. She eventually becomes the wife of a wealthy senator, and that will be her grandest achievement. I don't want to be the center of attention. I want to be in control of my life and other people's lives. I think deep down, I always was Julius. Thank you for leaving the decision to me. Few people do that.
Our way, Legate. If you have a moment, there's a matter which I believe urgently requires your attention. Although our legion is quite new, they're already demonstrating superior discipline and devotion. Unfortunately, no matter how successful a military engagement is, sometimes the pacification of a region demands your personal attention. It is enough to take control, but not enough to keep it. Pockets of resistance will always remain, and voices of dissent will be raised now and then. Indeed, we are dealing with human beings after all. Not at all. Your attention will be reserved for more important things. I would suggest that you delegate this kind of task to someone you trust, however. I would ask that you send members of your Praetorian Guard, supervised by someone from your personal contubernum. There is no king. Remember, this country is rightfully a province under our republic. As we regain control, it is unfortunately inevitable that we must put in some work to stabilize each region again under Rome. With all due respect, I'm not in charge of Legio Victrix. You are responsible for making decisions. I can only give you my advice. Remember, Legate, until we take care of any such disturbances, we won't be able to control any territory we have captured. Left unextinguished, the embers of rebellion can turn into a roaring inferno. Our dominance on land depends partly on our dominance of the seas, Legate. Unfortunately, we have discovered the Greeks are building a new navy somewhere. We do not know. They seem to be changing the location of their shipyards constantly. What we do know is that they're transporting vast quantities of lumber. We don't. But most of the pirates here seem to be working for Mithridates Megas. So that's a safe assumption. They seem to be adept at this kind of clandestine operation. Besides, this is their land. They know the landscape inside out. We can intercept their lumber shipment and kill everyone. That should slow them down. Enough for us to actually find their shipyards. Our way, Legate. Morale has been better. Many Legionari seem disillusioned by the progress of the war. But the situation is far from unsalvageable. I believe a few victories is all the men need to rally around your command.
The resources
All is well, I hope.
to improve your tent. Our way, Legate. Orestes tells me the Legion has recently captured some strategic resources in the region. Shall we make some upgrades to our camp? Very good. I have drawn up a report about the various things I believe the Legion needs. There is a certain order in which these upgrades must be made. Logistical concerns and all that. Let me show you my plans.
These piglets won't feed us for long. We should wait for their parents to return.
And then get gored on their tusks? I say we take the piglets and leave it at that.
Good day to you, my friend. May I interest you in some finely crafted metalwork by local artisans? I am called Voithos. Your name marks you as a person of great distinction. It is my honor to meet you. Correct. I am both. A priest of Hephaestus, the god of carpenters, craftsmen, artisans, and indeed smiths. It is my view that in order to pay full and proper tribute to Hephaestus Clitodechnes, one must practice at least one of his crafts. I endeavor to practice them all. Though I have dedicated myself to the lame one, I both love and admire Apollon. Both are gods of creation, of art and beauty. There is no temple here to Hephaestus, but his works are carried out every day to the benefit of everyone. I would not sell anything that I create. My hands and all that they make belong to Hephaestus. I give it away freely to those in great need. But in the mercantile arts, I have found a way to sustain myself, as all men must do. Some of these items were donated to me, others I have purchased in order to resell. Finely wrought jewelry, sturdy tools, sharp weapons, items of pride and importance. Would you like to take a look? I would be thrilled to part with some of my materials. It is my duty and my pleasure to promote the art of smithing and other crafts. I can certainly provide that. You will not be disappointed in the quality of my items. As you wish. Of tools I have plenty. How many do you need?
Good day to you, honored Romans. Have you need of food or medicine? I am Alexius. I buy cured meats and medicinal herbs from the villages of Mysia and sell them here under the gaze of Apollon Phoebus. I have no wine, I'm afraid. But if you ever find yourself in our neighboring region of Troas, there is a very good vintner in a village on the coast. Her name is Callis. I've purchased from her in the past.
The Man-Crusher! You are the Man-Crusher, aren't you?
Indeed you have, Domine. Yet in this specific case, I fear this young man is referring to me. It's been a long time since I've heard that name.
Wait, what? Man-Crusher? Are you serious? That's a euphemism, surely.
I'm afraid not. And nothing good ever came out of that name. I greet you, young man. I was indeed known as the Man-Crusher of Halicarnassus. But my past life is a distant memory now. Tell your master I don't fight for sport anymore.
Cheater! I'm not here to hire you. I'm here for vengeance.
I have so many questions.
Pigres, son of Diocles, son of Diodorus, spear thrower and Pancration athlete. Champion, of course.
Diodorus, you are his grandchild. Is he still alive?
Grief has turned him into a husk of the man he once was, but he is indeed still alive. Cheater!
I used to be a wrestler. I was pretty good at it too. I represented my hometown, Halicarnassus, in the Olympic Games. With honor, mostly.
Honor? What do you know of honor? It is because of you my grandfather suffers now.
Before I was sold as a servus, I was the champion of my people, adored and envied by many. Obviously, no one was bold enough to challenge me, especially when it came to Pancration.
Until my grandfather faced you, and you had to cheat in order to preserve your fame and fortune.
I did what I was told. I was young, and I thought I'd bring honor to my city.
You were a gladiator? You look nothing like a gladiator. How did you survive?
It was a long time ago, Bestia, and I wasn't a gladiator. I was an athlete, competing in the Olympiads.
I have seen free citizens fight in the arena. You competed for a prize in a kind of arena. Like a gladiator.
The man-crusher of Halicarnassus was going to face my grandfather in the games. Everyone knew he'd lose, for Theodorus was the greatest wrestler Cos has ever produced.
He was formidable. And frankly, for the first time in my life, I was afraid of losing. They sent me to the games and told me, come back with the trophy, or do not come back at all. Not exactly. I didn't even face him. I stole the trophy.
You did what?
I certainly didn't see this coming. Cinerus is a thief, huh?
I reject that characterization of me. I've stolen only once. That hardly constitutes a habit. You should know, young man. As a result of my actions, Halicarnassus was expelled from the Union. I have paid for my crimes.
I am told you were exiled and sold as a servus. That still doesn't satisfy my grandfather's honor. The trophy belongs to my family. Give it back!
This event was a lifetime ago. Even if the trophy was still in Halicarnassus, my exile remains in place. They wouldn't let me in.
I, Pigres, accept this challenge in my grandfather's name. He is a frail old man who can barely lift his finger now. But you can accept me as an extension of his will.
Wait. Pigres is a professional wrestler in his prime. Cinerus, however formidable, is an old man. He doesn't stand a chance against Pigres. It's not fair.
You're right, Centurio, but what is? Perhaps this is how it's supposed to be. This is how I finally pay for my crimes.
Let us make it fair, then. I shall represent Cineros.
Why would I fight you? You are not a side in this conflict. It is Cineros who committed the offense. It is Cineros who should fight.
I may not know anything about your customs, but I know what you are. You are Theodorus' champion. Now accept me as Cineros' champion.
This is my fight. My crime to atone for. But if Bestia insists, I will accept. You don't have to do this for me, Bestia. I don't know what to say.
There's nothing to say, but you could cheer for me. Pigres the wrestler, prepare yourself.
Let's see what a gladiator knows of Pancration. You're not as scary as you look. Strength is no match for skill, gladiator.
I'm just testing your defenses. Where did your grin go, wrestler? You were so triumphant a moment ago.
Is that all you got? Oh, it's not over yet. I think you broke my collarbone.
Your footwork is sloppy. Come on, get back up.
Enough! It hurts too much. You win. I have brought shame to my family. I do not know how I will face Theodorus after this. Please leave. I have to think. But the temple is burning down! Thank the gods you are here! You must help us! The temple is burning! Oh,
Thank you! This is a fine mess. We can use the water from those barrels. Come, let's stop the fire before it spreads.
Oh, thank you. If it weren't for you, our temple would be ashes now. Somebody set the temple on fire. Not all of the locals are fond of Apollon. They believe the temple is built on an old pathway to Hades. According to some, the temple is blocking the way to Hades and keeping the dead from reaching their intended destination. Such a selfless act warrants a reward. Please, take this.
A Roman officer at my temple. I am Theophilus, High Priest of Apollon and ruler of Musia. It is foolish of you to come here, considering that we are at war. But I will not spill your blood in front of Apollon Alexikakos. Do not think we have not noticed your legionary trampling all across our countryside. This unlawful occupation by your legion grants you no control over this temple. You must leave at once, or be destroyed by King Mithridates. Mithridates Megas has liberated our proud nation from the exploitation and tyranny of Rome. You have no power here. And what then say the 300,000 Pontic soldiers currently besieging Kyzikos? Why are you even here, What do you expect to achieve? Never. Musia owes everything to Pontus. Our oaths of fealty to the Alliance will never be broken. We shall see about that.
It is unusual to see a Roman soldier here in these times. Are we not at war with Rome? I am honored to meet you. My name is Rhianus. I am a disciple of Theophilus. Why do you ask? Perhaps you've passed through my home region, but I should be very surprised if so. I hail from a small village in the mountains, a day's travel east of Adramyttion. I have a great deal of family there. It is fortunate that Apollon gifted me a keen mind, or I would be there still, herding sheep for my uncle.
Boss! Over here, please. I must speak to you. Thank you for stopping. You are the strategos of a Roman legion, are you not? I saw you talking with Theophilus. My name is Zenobia. I am the widow of Preconius Maro, the rightful governor of Musia, whom Theophilus murdered. I beseech you to help me exact my revenge upon Theophilus. I have many allies still among the powerful people of Musia. If you will help me kill Theophilus, in return, I promise to break the alliance with Pontus. Well, I find that word distasteful. But yes, in essence. I do not. Violence is not my strength. I have no talent for it. That is why I need your help. Theophilus knows me, and he knows that I resent him. But many of the priests here dine with him. Perhaps one of them can be tricked or threatened to help you? He has such meetings occasionally, as any politician does. It might be possible to trick him somehow into thinking King Mithridates wants a meeting in secret.
If he has a way to communicate with the forces of Pontus, we could always try our hand at a little forgery.
You cannot be seen to strike first. If the people turn against us, I will not be able to regain control. If you can provoke him to attack you, so you can be seen to kill him in self-defense, you might get away with it. We are not close. Perhaps someone here in this temple can give you what you need. Thank you, Legate. My husband was a loyal servant of Rome. He wasn't perfect, but he cared deeply for his people. He did not deserve to be cut open in the night like cattle.
Good day. I am Eritha. I am a priestess here at the temple. I am? Oh, I will. And good health to you as well.
This is Mithridates' signature. Theophilus is secretly corresponding with the king.
With these letters in hand, I could potentially forge a similar letter. That way we might be able to lure Mithridates away from his men. But we should discuss this under more private circumstances.
Hello again. I benefit greatly from his wisdom, and his piety cannot be denied.
Your discretion is wise, but my Dominus has no love for yours, child. You may speak freely.
In that case, no. I would not say that I like my master, but I respect him greatly.
Of your time, please. I have come to apologize for Bigres's behavior. My grandchild can be disrespectful and reckless. Please forgive him. It is embarrassing. The child is a good athlete, probably better than I ever was. He would have easily defeated any ordinary wrestler. But it seems the man-crusher does not keep ordinary company. That was not a fair fight, however. I demand to face Cineros myself. I have never lost against him. If I ever do, I will surely accept defeat. It is not the winning that matters. I am an athlete. I want a fair competition.
It is a reminder of my past life. A stain I can't clean up. I have an idea for how we can solve this conflict without death.
You can't know that.
I am physically superior to you, Diodoros. But what if we fight with our mind instead?
A mind fight?
Pancration is for young girls looking for a husband. We're both too old for that kind of spectacle.
True. So what do you propose, Man-Crusher?
Riddles. One shall pose 3 questions to the other. He who answers them all correctly will be the winner.
Since I'm the one challenging, I should ask the questions. It's only fair.
That's reasonable. I'm ready for your questions, Diodoros. Make them difficult, so you will be convinced of my victory in the end.
Consider this thing. The more you have of it, the less you see.
You see less in more darkness. Then the answer is darkness. Very clever.
Correct. Your second question follows. Consider a beast which devours all other beasts. It gnaws on iron and grinds stones to dust. It slays king and ruins town. It even beats mountains down.
Many beasts can destroy things. Everything. Everything that ever existed, even gods. By Kronos, that can only be time.
You are strong in mind, Cineros. I did not expect that. Your answer is correct. And now for your last question. Consider Alexandros Megas. When he conquered Gordion, how did he unravel the knot?
That's an odd riddle. There are a few ways you can solve knot riddles, but how can I know without actually witnessing the event? Let us eliminate the obvious wrong answer. How can we even know that? Chances are the question is a trap. Didn't Alexandros cut the knot?
You win, Cineros the Man-Crusher. It turns out you were the superior contestant after all.
I probably wasn't the superior contestant back then. I was afraid, my friend. And my fear brought shame both to Kos and Halicarnassus.
Thank you for admitting that, and for allowing an old man to compete one final time.
And I thank you, Diodoros, for allowing me to redeem myself. My mind is at ease now. Wale. I've been examining those letters we found hidden in the Temple of Apollon. I am confident I could forge Mithridates' handwriting based on this. It's certainly worth the attempt. In the worst-case scenario, he will see through the ruse and stay put. But if he does take the bait and come alone, we could apprehend him then, solving the matter with no bloodshed. I'm glad you see it this way. I am sympathetic to Zenobia's cause, but in my opinion, political assassination is quite far beneath people of your station and importance. I shall begin at once. It will not take long, I think.
Good day. Legate, I need your advice and perhaps permission. There's a personal matter I need to address. Can you guide me? I am a gladiator. You will tell me that I am a free citizen now and no longer a Serluus. That much I know, and I am truly happy for it. I do have a goal in life, but I do not know how I can achieve that goal without training. It is my belief that Cineros can provide the skills I need.
That's what I've been telling him.
The ability of a gladiator is measured by his ability to survive. Nothing else matters. I have never seen a gladiator as old as Cineros. And he's still fighting. Clearly I can learn many things from him.
But, Bestia, I was an athlete, not a gladiator.
Different words, same thing. I am looking for someone. We were sold together as Zoe. Now that I'm free, I would like to find her. It stands to reason that she's free too now. But I know neither her name nor her location. That quest goes beyond the skills of a gladiator. I do remember loving her. And then I remember resenting her. I was a child. I do not remember much. I want to learn whatever my Magister decides to teach me. It is not for me to choose lessons. I shall learn whatever skill is necessary for me to learn, including accounting, if necessary.
I do not know what I can teach Bestia Tabat. But with your permission, I'm willing to do what I can.
Excellent.
Very well. I shall try to teach you to the best of my ability.
Thank you, Magister.
Good to see you again. Any news about our agreement? Oh, this is a clever ploy. I didn't expect this at all. Very good. Yes, I believe I can ensure this letter makes its way to him. You plan to kill him there? To be honest, I am relieved. Asking for Theophilus to be killed was not in my nature. It was an act of desperation. Removing him without violence is vastly preferable. Theophilus will get this letter from Mithridates. I trust you will take it from there.
You! What is going on here? I did not expect such low deception from a Roman. What do you want? Surely you have not lured me out here just to kill me.
You can keep your life, traitor, but nothing else beside it.
Curse you, woman! I should have known you were behind this all along. Do you not understand that everything I've done was to ensure the safety and prosperity of Musia?
My husband was not perfect, but he was a good man and a wise ruler.
Please, Roman, you have been manipulated. Maro was utterly indifferent to the needs or wishes of the people. He carved only to enrich himself and his closest friends. Everything I've done was to protect our people and our city. Maro wanted to throw away the lives of our young men. No one but him wanted this war.
My Maro didn't want a war either, but Mithridates did not request our opinion. Kitsikos held against Mithridates as we should have.
We are not Kitsikos. Thousands would have died for nothing, and the city would have burned. I can make this happen. By Apollon Alexikakos, with Rome fighting beside us, we will drive Pontus from our lands.
You can't! I demand justice for my husband! He's only saying these things because you have a knife to his throat. He'll turn on you just as he turned on us.
You are not the rightful ruler of Musia, Zenobia. No more than I was. What you've done here today will be visited upon you tenfold when the war is over.
If I can save Musia from the wrath of Rome and restore us to law and order, I will gladly accept any punishment for what I've had to do to achieve it. Please meet me back at the temple, Strategos. We have one more matter to deal with. What if I told you I could get you into King Mithridates' camp? Utterly unnoticed. I knew you would see the possibilities at once. I just need you to do one small thing while you are there. Theophilus made a terrible pact with Mithridates. Musia was promised rulership over Troas after the war. The agreement was made in writing. If Troas ever learns of this, well, I believe another war will tear us apart. Precisely. I know of a small group of Pontic scouts camped nearby. If you take them by surprise, you should be able to use their uniforms to disguise yourself. That way you and perhaps one of your most trusted people can sneak into Mithridates' main camp.
Not a bad plan, if I'm being honest. Bold, but the best spycraft always is.
It would be kept either in the king's personal tent or with his scribe. And I have inherited the consequences of his decisions. The contract is made on our city's behalf, and I will be held to account for it. Isn't it obvious? An up-close look at Mithridates' forces. A first-hand head count. You may even catch a glimpse of the king himself. Only stay your hand if you do so. An assassination attempt would be ill-advised in those surroundings.
Mithridates is known as an excellent general. He's the first of Rome's enemies in a long time to truly threaten the peace of the Republic.
Until you destroy that contract, I cannot risk withdrawing Musia from the siege of Kitsikos.